Hey y'all, it's Bella. So I wanted to do a video on the Watts home. Now, the Watts home has a very tragic past, let's just say that. So the Watts home did sell in 2022 to a family called the Millers. They're the current owners of the house. It was an auction sale, although it had not sold since 2019. So it had been on the market for quite a bit, most likely because of its horrific past. So the Miller family is a family that kind of resembles the Watts family before everything happened. So it was the husband, the wife, and two girls and one son. Now, as most of us know, Shannan Watts was pregnant with Nico before the murders. She was pregnant, 15 weeks pregnant, and they had two daughters, Bella and Cece Watts, who were both murdered as well. Now, this tragic event occurred partially at the house, Shannan, and partially at the oil wells in Anadarko, where Chris Watts worked. Just a tragic event all around. So I wanted to go a little bit into the home, look at some pictures of the home, and a little bit of information on the case. So the Watts family included Chris Watts, Shannan Watts, Bella Watts, and Cece Watts. Like I said, Nico was in utero. So Shannan was 15 weeks pregnant when she was killed. And they were expecting a little boy. Now, at first, Chris seemed to be excited about having a son. And then it, moved on to anger because him and his mistress, Nicole Atkinson, allegedly wanted a son. So this interfered with his plans with her. So in turn, he decided to kill his entire family because of another woman. Now, the house is indeed beautiful. It's a beautiful home, huge home. It sold for a little over $600,000 in 2022. Now, the Watts did purchase it for around $400,000 originally, and after Chris was arrested for the murder of his entire family, he was unable to keep up with the payments while he was in prison. So it did go into foreclosure, and the bank took possession of it, basically, and it went into an auction sale. Now, it had been on the market since 2019, so it wasn't looking good until the Miller family put in an offer for $600,000, and it got sold. So this is a little bit of a look into the house. This is the kitchen, just beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, and much bigger than it looked in most of Shannan's lives. Honestly, most of Shannan's lives, when I would see them, the house did not look this big as it did when it was empty, in the realtor pictures and things of that nature. So it was just interesting to see how big that house truly was and how fortunate the Watts family was to have a home of that size, and how hard Shannan worked to afford that house. And that was the place where Shannan raised her children and brought the girls home, and just so many memories that are no longer there. And it's really sad. So this is the living room right here. Now this room entryway, living room, entryway. This is an interesting spot in the house because this is where, Shannan came in that final morning, early morning, August 13th, 2018, took off her shoes right next to the door, put her suitcase right next to the door, was never seen again, of course, by anyone other than Chris Watts. This was a beautiful living room, absolutely gorgeous. You could see all, the windows all around the room and just the light that comes into it. Police entered this house. This is how they got in. Obviously it's just interesting how this room has so much meaning. And then there you see the stairs leading up to the rest of the house. Chris Watts is currently residing at the correctional facility in Wyoming. So that's where he will be for the rest of his entire life on this earth. And he's not getting out, no chance of parole. And he has at least three total life sentences that he is facing. And from what I've heard, he's still trying to get out. He truly believes that God wants him to get out so that he can share the message that he has with other people. This is absolutely ridiculous and offensive to the victims, his wife and his kids, that he snuffed the life out of in desire to be with another woman that he had just met. So the fact that he's trying to get out and the fact that people are trying to help him get out is absolutely disgusting. So yeah, the house is currently sold to the Millers. Now, there is a little bit of an interesting story regarding the Millers. There was some initial, from what I heard, drama. Just because the whole nature of the case, the history of the home. A lot of people would go up to the home and take pictures next to it, record, put spirit boxes to try to get messages from the house, of the deceased victims, from the deceased victims, and just generally just to, poke around the house. Now, when it was sold, according to the Watts, I believe some people were still doing that and like trying to, at that point trying to see like see if they were similar or whatever, just being nosy and disrespectful. And of course, the Millers were very upset about this and made a statement about it. And basically said, leave us alone. Like, don't bother us. We don't want to be compared to the Watts family, rightfully so. And we just want to truthfully just enjoy our home and our family and not have anything to do with, a harrowing case that happened at this home. So truthfully, I do understand that. It's kind of sad how people, violate spaces of past victims for clout. And at the end of the day, I do truly wish the Miller family the very best of luck with their newer home, and that they make memories there. And truthfully, that is a bright and loving experience. And if the spirits of Shannan, Bella, Cece, Nico are still in that home, that they are very welcoming and peaceful, which they were when they were alive. So that truthfully would just probably be a continuing thing. And that, I would get the house clean. Now, I'm just going to say that. I would definitely look into getting the house cleansed or blessed or saged or something, because according to Chris Watts, he said he experienced a couple of different paranormal experiences there from some evil spirits that occupied the home. Now, this is what he said in the book Letters from Christopher by Sherilyn Cato. He mentioned that there were some moments when he would turn all of the lights out in the house, wake up to all of them on. Now, I don't know if this was just him being paranoid in prison. Paranoid before he went to prison. But, he did mention that there was some creepy things that caused him not to want to be there anymore. After that situation, shortly after that, he was arrested for the murders. Although, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe there is some dark spirit in there occupying that home. Hopefully it leaves. And like I said, the house is cleansed, blessed, things of that nature. And that the Miller family truly enjoys their stay there. So yeah, y'all, with that being said, thank y'all so much for watching the video. Make sure y'all hit that follow, that subscribe button, and leave comments down below. Like the video, and I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. And I do truly hope that Chris Watts continues to serve the rest of his life in prison behind bars and thinks about everything that he did to his family. And that brings him a lot of sorrow. So yeah, at the end of the day, thank y'all for watching. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff, and have a great day. Till the next time.